You have reached the Omaha Division of the Federal Bureau of Investigation. If this is an emergency, hang up now and dial 911. The FBI is warning citizens to be on alert for a phone scam that is targeting individuals while displaying the FBI's telephone number on the recipient's caller ID. The public is reminded that the FBI does not call private citizens requesting money and to never give out unsolicited requests for personal information to callers you do not know. If you are calling to report a possible internet-related crime, please visit the Internet Crime Complaint Center at www.ic3.gov. If you are a member of a law enforcement agency or you are calling to report a bank robbery or a kidnapping, press 2. If you are calling to provide information regarding other federal crimes or suspicious activity, press 3. If FBI.
Hello, my name is Sean Schwartz. I have made repeated calls to you guys. I was gang stalked for over a year by a bunch of druggies, a bunch of drug addicts in Colorado and Virginia. I went to the police repeatedly in Colorado and Nebraska over the threats and harassment against my life. And somehow magically it was never in their jurisdiction. Because I didn't know where these people lived, they got away with it. Also, the police in multiple jurisdictions, well, they made jokes and laughed at me. I'm a disabled person. I can't take care of myself. The person who started the stalking and the gang stalking, her name is Natalie Marie Bollinger. She was killed after a year of, me going through hell. Ever since then, I have had to deal with police officers repeatedly putting me in harm's way, harming myself and harming many of my witnesses, refusing to look at evidence, refusing to talk to witnesses, refusing to allow me to show evidence in court, stealing evidence repeatedly, and using the whole suicide watch thing in order to prevent me from making a report against them. They've done everything that they can to try to discredit me, and I have a whole list of witnesses that need to be spoken to. I've repeatedly called the FBI, and when I tell them that I have been assaulted by police officers on many of those occasions, the first thing that happens is I get hung up on. I need someone to actually investigate this. I have been repeatedly harmed, repeatedly put in harm's way, and been forced to break the law in order to defend myself on multiple occasions. Police officers in Colorado assaulted me and charged me with assault, and then they dropped the charges, but because assault against a police officer is on my arrest record, despite the fact that I was not convicted, police officers across the United States have taken part in the threatening, harassing, and hazing of myself and several other individuals. A lot of people are scared shitless because of this.
Okay. How do you spell your name, Sean?
My first name is Shawn, Shawn. Last name is Schwartz, Schwartz.
Okay. And where are you calling from?
I'm calling from Chapel, Nebraska. This is actually one of the places where I attempted to speak to the police, and I also attempted to turn in the police here because of my disabilities and my financial disabilities from the assault, I'm unable to utilize the internet in a fashion that allows me to fill out an internet report. In addition to that, failure to collect evidence on the part of both the FBI and police in multiple jurisdictions, um, plus the fact that I was made homeless over Natalie getting shot in the head. Sorry, there's a train going by. I'm autistic. I have sensory overload issues. So if there's background noise, I can't concentrate. The best I can do is talk over it. There are witnesses like a woman named Mandy Hughes and a woman named Alyssa Rainwater. Also a woman named Kayla Trujillo. These women are all mad at me because I had to go public with the things that they told me, things that the police should have taken into account and should have actually listened to. A lot of these people are mad at me because I had to make it public, and I really shouldn't have had to do that. I should have been taken seriously by the police instead of them using the term mentally ill to prevent me from making a report.
Okay. Do you have a phone number, Sean?
I do. Give me a second. It's on the back of my phone. I'm sorry, I got a pretty screwed up back. I literally need to be in a safe place where I can actually function in order to do this, instead of having my disabilities preyed on for these predators to get away with what they've done. The Bollinger family are a family of predators. They are drug dealers and child molesters, much like my own family. So I'm pretty well aware of the situation with them. My phone number is I'm actually homeless. Currently, I'm staying at a friend's house. I don't know his address. Oh, God, that hurts. Um, but it's on Thompson Street. I do know that. The Dual County Sheriff's Department, although I am trying to take them to court and trying to get protection orders against them, they do know where I live or where I'm staying, so you can contact them and get that information. In addition, the FBI in Colorado took part in the hazing and harassing of me. In addition, they should have um, recorded the things that were going on, and they did not. The police repeatedly turned off their body cameras when they broke the law. They took advantage of my disabilities and the fact that I was alone to be predatory towards me.
Okay, I will make a report of that information for our supervisor, okay?
Thank you, ma'am.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Nobody should have to go through the things that I've gone through. Now, all of these people who said that they would help me, I shouldn't have had to go to those people for help. I should have been able to go to the police for help when the Bollingers refused to put a stop to it. The fact is, the hell that I have gone through over the past 2 years is due to three things, three major issues. The first major issue was that lie by Natalie Bollinger that resulted in over a year of hell for me. The second thing was Natalie's death being broadcast all over the news. And that not only made every fucking goddamn crazy wingnut motherfucker on planet Earth looking at that shit, many of them pretending like they were going to help, but they're too crazy to help. Many of them because of drug addictions, including alcohol. The third thing was the assault by Officer Waylon Lolatai. See, Natalie lying in Virginia resulted in a lot of people harming me and prevented me from seeing my loved ones. Stuck me here in Chapel, Nebraska, where I don't really fit in. I'm not a racist. I'm not an alcoholic. I'm not a meth user. This is not the place for me. The media, not listening to both sides, painting whatever fucking story that they want, which is illegal, by the way, resulted in the problem that started with Natalie lying in Virginia being compounded. Instead of dozens of people treating me like shit, it became thousands. It put me on the radar for every goddamn vigilante, and that ain't right. The third one, the assault by Officer Waylon Lolatai. They eventually dropped the charges. But the fact is, he assaulted me because they assumed I was guilty. They did everything in their power to prevent me from having the resources to defend myself. They did everything in their power to prevent me from sitting with an officer and actually showing that evidence. Now, here's the thing. You want to pretend like the way that I act is the reason that nobody came forward. No, lots of people tried to come forward. The police wouldn't have it. I literally had to break the law to get this shit to stop. Police in multiple counties and multiple jurisdictions took part in this. Assaulting me in multiple places, separating me from my loved ones, also separating me from those who were trying to help. And then slandering me repeatedly and preying on the mentally ill tag so that when it's just their word versus mine, they automatically win because they're the snatches with badges. Fuck the police and fuck the FBI. It's been over 3 years of fucking abuse. You know how much it sucks having to go to the police? It fucking sucks. I would have rather had this dealt with in a civil fashion. Now I'm going to call them back because I got to fill them in on Dalton Crawford. What Judge Fatzinger did was illegal as fuck. What he allowed was illegal as fuck. It wasn't just Natalie's fucking bullshit post that resulted in so many people coming after me. It was also the criminal negligence of Judge Fatzinger. There should not have been an address on that protection order, first of all. Second of all, after a year of abuse, my safety should have been a consideration. Third of all, police should have done their fucking jobs. They're able to jump across multiple jurisdictions and work across multiple jurisdictions to frame an innocent man. And then the courts will only allow their evidence to be shown. The courts will only allow my predators to show evidence. I was repeatedly, illegally prevented from making a report against the police on multiple occasions in multiple jurisdictions. I needed someone to go in with me. I was put in an unsafe position, forced into a situation where I would be harmed no matter what. And the police knew this. Tim Beeson, you're a fucking coward. Ted Bollinger, you're a fucking coward. You know what? Most of the people who offered to help me are fucking cowards and addicts, just like you. The difference between the cowards that I was dealing with and the cowards that you're dealing with is that you guys are fucking child molesters and rapists and murderers. Fucking filthy goddamn cunt rags.